Women footballers, they made their debut in the game back in FIFA 16, and this year in FC 24 they got their big break into Ultimate Team. However, a realm they haven't explored yet is career mode. Well, that changes today, ladies and gentlemen, because I've not only loaded every single icon in the game, but also added every single women's player and team to career mode thanks to this squad file. We've loaded up the women's overhaul, and it's time to see how both the genders are going to operate and function in a career mode save in this new world that I've created. It's because who knows when we're going to get a female exclusive career mode experience, maybe in FC 25, but for now I want to know if they can coexist and outperform the males and icons of yesteryear. How will the women's teams compete? Will they be winning the big trophies, the Ballon d'Ors, etc.? And are we going to get hit with some questionable injuries? All that and more is coming up, so let's go ahead and find out. This is what actually goes down when you start up a new career mode save. You might be able to notice it already, but once you head over to the Premier League Manager section, you're going to start seeing a few new faces. Yeah, that's right. If your club has a women's team, they have officially taken over the men's. They've kicked them out of the league. Not only with the brand new teams, we also get brand new managers in the game. Whether they're male, female, we've got new face scans, new managers, and new names that I'm not even aware of because I don't follow the women's game too closely. I know maybe a couple of the managers, a decent chunk of the players, but still, this is a sneak peek in what a women's only career mode could look like. And what's cool to see is that some of them actually have a game face scan thanks to them already being in the game, but they're just not actually available to use in career mode. They're just, you know, you see them in kickoff, you see them in the cutscenes. Leagues which it doesn't really impact too much is like Serie A, which only has like one women's team, and that's Juventus. But yeah, that's one of only many impacts it has on this entire career mode experience. Now, for the purposes of this experiment, we'll be taking over West Ham with Skinner, just because why not? And I can already hear you guys say, but BCHD, what happens to all the male players? What happens to the males teams? Did you just delete them from the entire game? Well, let me explain. Men's teams like Arsenal, they're no longer here in the team sheets. It's been replaced by the women's, and so on and so forth. Some men's teams are still here. You've got the likes of Crystal Palace, you've got Luton still kicking around, Newcastle. So we've turned the Premier League and the whole of this world football scene into a mixed battle. So all the rest of the men's teams that have been replaced have had to end up somewhere, right? They are in the wasteland. They are in limbo. They're in the men's rest of the world section, and not only the Premier League teams, but literally every single team that have been replaced. They're currently kicking about here, and it ranges from so many teams. So like every single one of these teams you see pop up here have a women's team. So they haven't been directly deleted from the game/save, but their players are going to be pretty much not playing any games. They're just going to be all sitting in this rest of the world section, not doing much, just hanging about. For example, if you wanted to see, I don't know, you know, where the likes of Heung-min Son ended up, he's still here, he's still about. Spurs just aren't currently in any competitions. They're not playing any games. They've just got a whole starting roster. They've got some of their icons back in the mix, which I'm yet to touch on. Icons and heroes are also in this game. All the icons and heroes in the game aren't actually roaming in the free agency. They've been reset to 23 years and under, back in their prime, and have been transferred to their most iconic clubs. So for example, Kaka at AC Milan, we've got Roberto Baggio at Fiorentina, Sir Bobby Charlton, who's a new icon added to FC 24, he's at United, Zico will be at Udinese, Frank Ribery returns to Bavaria and at the Allianz Arena, and not only that, we have both male and female icons too. So Mia Hamm is at North Carolina Courage, what a name, but you know, Skinhead Beckham at United, Cannavaro at Juventus, Cantona, you know, the list goes on and on. So it's like we've pretty much combined every single player possible, put them all into one career save, and now we got the pleasure of watching them all do battle. And now the icons have joined into the fray. So things are about to get freaky. This video is kind of about everyone. We've got a mix of the past and the present. Oh my goodness me, I think I've just fallen in love. This is what you get to see if you manage one of the women's teams. West Ham right now, they're running a little bit of a thin operation. No players out on loan, of course, so 22 players all at the club. And what's the contract situation? Yeah, they're all on one-year contracts. I mean, they're never going to have accurate details and real-life information because this team doesn't have to be in career mode. They're literally only in kickoff and tournaments until they get their own career mode version. But what I also find interesting is for your initial generated youth academy, you get males instead of females, which I assume there's probably no youth academy female faces generated to the game, but I just find it quite bemusing that our youth academy is full of male talent and they're working their way up to get involved in a women's senior team. Nevertheless, sit back back and relax as we watch this all unfold, and I'll report on all the chaos that goes down, all the results and stats, the transfers, the Ballon d'Or winners, and what teams from around the globe are getting up to. For now, let's bring on Season 1. I've just noticed this, and it's only just begun because we have so many players loaded into this save. Like, this is an abnormal amount. This is not what the game is used to handling. Simulating is taking forever, and I've got a pretty powerful PC. Like, usually simulating is really quick. We are just moving at a snail's pace. Don't try this at home. I don't recommend it because the game slows down by about 80%. This is the kind of sacrifice I put myself through to entertain you lot, so you better appreciate it because we're about 20 minutes in and we haven't even passed preseason yet. Okay, here's the first of many eyebrow-raising moments we're probably going to see, and the Ballon d'Or Young Player of the Year award has been announced. It's Gianfranco Zola, 23-year-old centre forward at 88, currently at Napoli. I didn't even think of him to be a front-runner, but he's stolen the Ballon d'Or off. Usually it's either Haaland or Messi in Season 1, and it's actually a Napoli double-up because the 2023 Young Player of the Year award usually goes to a random youth player. Like, no high-tier player ever wins the Young Player of the Year award, but it's Cavaradonna who comes through. But it is what it is. This simulation is going to throw some curveballs at us. Here is how both transfer windows have gone down. This is a combination of all the business over summer and January, and it looks like already money's getting spent like it ain't a thing. Inflation going through the roof because the most expensive piece of business, it's Alexia Putellas, who's actually won the Ballon d'Or a couple of times. I know that because she robbed Sam Kerr of winning the Ballon d'Or, but yeah, the Spanish centre mid, she's made the switch to Inter. I think that's with the men's team, so she's going to be playing with the big boys. For £232.5 million, it's crazy. Then we've got the Mexican hero Jorge Campos making the switch to Man City from LA Galaxy for just shy of £200 million. Oh my god, this is the funniest out of context picture you will ever see, but it's Paul Scholes from Manchester United to Manchester United. A stunning piece of business there. There might be a bit of money laundering involved, and United have decided to pay themselves 187 mil for that one, so, you know, they're making money moves. So where is Scholesy? Yeah, there he is amongst the women, and this is where we're going to start to see them intertwine with each other, and it's pretty much slowly but surely going to become a mixed competition. Not sure how Scholesy will feel about that, but we've got another hero, and this time it's the Colombian Ivan Cordoba from Inter, joins Barcelona for £148.7 million, and one of the first normal players on this list, we've got Pedri, who jumped ship to PSG for 113.4. We've got Arsenal making a bold keeper choice, adding to their number one headaches with Courtois, 108.3. Then you've got Arsenal spending over £200 million on defense. Araujo packs his bags for North London, 103 million. Then we've got another hero here, Capdevila, the blue £1 billion bottle jobs balling out for 94.5 million. Then we've got Sasha, I think it's Selma Basha, from Lyon to Bayern for 92.8. And the money, the spending doesn't stop, but oh my god, it wouldn't be a career mode save without it. Why is Immobile 22? That's what I want to know. I'm so confused right now. This squad file, this mod, it's just bending the rules of reality. I've just got to come to accept it. Looks like Lazio have opted for a woman. They've gotten rid of Immobile and brought in Ewa Pajor, the Polish striker from Wolfsburg, 88.2 million pounds. We've got another hero, this time the Russian Alexandro Mostovoy, who joins Lyon for 88.8 million pounds. Or maybe take two. I think I've fallen in love again. I can't stop myself. We're on baddie watch right now as the business keeps on getting done. Timmy Cahill from Everton to Inter. They've replaced their treble winner with Timmy Cahill. Then we've got Les Sommer. A lot of these players have been reset in age, so I'm pretty sure she's older, but at 21 moves to Borussia Dortmund, and these moves are just expensive as they come. Arsenal selling Leo Williamson, a promising centre-back, for £74.8 million. Now, it's not only the icons, the heroes, the males making the big moves, it is the women who are setting records and transfer fees all over the park. Manuela Vanegas, the Colombian centre-back, makes the plunge to Wolfsburg, and she just looks way too happy about it. Bastoni to Real Madrid for £66.3 million. Something seems weird about that one, but the moves just keep on coming. I feel like we're never gonna see the end of this. All the women are just going for exuberant transfer fees, and then you've got the likes of Hakimi and Sane and Martinelli all going for under £60 million. I'm trying to get to grips with this economy. It has just shifted completely. So more women, yeah, it's predominantly women the more you get to the bottom. We've only gone through 2 transfer windows and I'm already in awe. It has taken eons to simulate through this season, but we finally made it. And at the conclusion of Season 1, winning the league is Manchester United's women's team, with Paul Scholes thrown in the mix, 93 points. No one was touching the Red Devils. Arsenal came through second. Man City and Chelsea made up the top four. Fulham flying high in sixth, so does Crystal Palace. Fulham flying high in sixth, so does Crystal Palace. And it's the likes of Liverpool down in ninth, where West Ham in 11th, just mid-table mediocrity. Spurs down in 13th. And as we scroll down towards the bottom three, it's still Luton who end up bottom of the table with 32 points. Leicester's women's teams got relegated. So did Brighton, and Everton just escaped on goal difference or head-to-head. Bristol City's women survived, and now it's an open, even playing field. Both the men and women are competing for the same trophies, for the same silverware, as it's Arsenal's women's team winning 2-0 against Man City in the FA Cup final at Wembley, and they've only gone and done the cup double up with a 2-0 win. Again, it's the exact same result, exact same opposition. Wolfsburg women's, I think that's Wolfsburg women's, win at 2-1 against Roma in the final. We did see them do some summer and winter business, and that's got them Europa League status and Champions League qualification for next year, as it was Inter with that blockbuster Putella signing helping them win after spending hundreds of millions of pounds on new players. It was a 3-0 dominating display in an all-Italian final, Inter v Napoli, which I find extremely interesting. Of course, we've had all the icons involved, all the heroes, and a woman has actually gotten a hold of the Holy Grail. It's actually insane to see. It's funny to wrap your head around, as this career mode save, I don't know, it's just operating so slowly. It has taken so long to simulate. Why is everyone so short in this picture? The in-game news cutscenes are at it again, and the top goal scorers are as followed. We've had Alan Shearer outscored by Gayese at Manchester United. Chiefs coming through with 28 goals. Smith, the women's icon, coming through with 26, so it was a close golden boot race towards the final day. Toon at Manchester United, 22 goals, helped them lift the league. And Ian Wright, we've got Wrighty at Crystal Palace. He's back where it all began, outscoring Sam Kerr with 19. We had Hemp Daly. Maybe that was the key to Chelsea underperforming. Kerr just wasn't up to par, but she did come through here with 12 assists, as White was the key playmaker. Courtois and Mary Earps tied up top with 11 clean sheets, both taking home the Golden Glove. And there's your confirmation. Inter and Putellas not only winning, but she captained them to glory. And it looks like she was worth every single penny. This team is absolutely stacked. Whoa. Oh my god. 90 rated Lucio. You've got Zanetti 88, Wesley Schneider, Samuel Eto'o pairing up top with Lautaro. Now, as we venture to other leagues around the world, the only way that PSG can bottle the Farmers League when the women's team get to take over, because they had a pretty tight title race down to the final day. Olympique Lyonnais coming out on top with 94. Nice runners up in second. PSG third with 71. Paris FC in the top flight as well. And the likes of Saint Etienne, Lille getting relegated. Yeah, it's weird. In the Bundesliga, saw Wolfsburg win. So not only the Europa, they also took home the German title, beating out Dortmund and Bayern Munich's women's team. So they're kind of ahead of the game. This one baffles me though. How did Inter do so well in the Champions League? Literally strolled to glory. But in Italy, can't even compete, not even top four. This is where the craziness is just beginning, because an icon-packed Milan stroll home with the Scudetto, 88 points. Roma finish runners up with 80. Lazio coming through 76, and the women's team Juventus coming through in fourth. It's Barcelona's women's team, even though they lost Putellas, that didn't hurt their title aspirations, coming through first. Atletico Madrid runners up, Rayo Vallecano coming through in the top four, which is actually quite crazy. And then a new women's outfit in the top flight, Tenerife coming through fifth. Real Madrid's women coming through sixth. MLS, where you can see just some completely different teams. You've got San Diego Wave, Chicago Red Stars, Angel City FC. They've pretty much got a completely different way of doing things, and instead of working their way into conferences, they're just all in the same league, which is what, 29 teams. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is going on with the international scene? The Euros, we've got the World Cup. What nations get sent and are qualified? Is it the men's national teams or the women? And I'm happy to announce that it's a combination of both. They take the best players from each gender and make one perfect team, which I'm actually a fan of. You know, you get the best of both worlds, and it's the best of the best competing out there. We've got icons, women, heroes, all fighting on the international scene, so we're definitely going to be checking up on every single one of the nations and all the results from the tournament. Wait, hold up. Am I tripping? Lucy Bronze is out with a broken cock? Now, don't get any funny ideas, lads. No one's gonna be out for 9 months. Pregnancy scares haven't been programmed into the game yet. Maybe leave that to Football Manager when the women's game gets added to FM25, but we've just got totally normal injuries here, like Chelsea, Sam Kerr, she's pulled her calf. Ah, damn, and then Ellie Brazil, she's done her ACL. Man, I feel your pain, girl. Sprained ankles, broken elbows. The women pick up the same exact injury as the men, as you'd expect. So your star striker isn't gonna go on maternity leave anytime soon, just in case you were worried. Adding that kind of nuance to the game, it's just too complicated for EA. Let's take a look at our own team's numbers here. The Hammers women's side, a bit of mid-table obscurity, but in 43 games, we had Lisa Evans, the highest rated player on the side, the Scottish winger, with 17 goals and 9 assists. She had an absolute blinder campaign carrying this side alongside Viviane up front. Osei netted 17 times with 4 goals, and then Izzy Atkinson, this golden 3. They're working wonders, the Holy Trinity, and the Irish Light got herself 13 goals and 12 assists, double figures in both departments. Now, I've sorted out all the contract issues with this team, with my team, so hopefully the CPU have as well, and not every single women's player's contract expires once the end of this season happens, because otherwise that would break the game and I wouldn't be able to load into season 2. I'm surprised we haven't had a crash or my PC hasn't imploded on itself, because it's currently working overtime. There is life. I have a little bit of faith, but I'm prepared to wait about 10-15 minutes to load up into the new season.
Many months later.
It's giving me PTSD flashbacks. Oh, let's fucking have it. Now, Euro 2024, the only competition in history to have both men and women combined competing. We don't have the real life groups, but these are all the nations who qualified and all the nations that progressed. I'm surprised Spain actually crashed out. They've considered to have, they actually won the World Cup whilst it was here in Australia, 2023. I guess when they're intertwined with the men, you're going to have a different dynamic and a different team. A little group of death over there in Group D, the quarterfinals. Nothing really egregious sticking out to me right now, but Poland taking down England 3-1 to book their ticket into the final, and in the big dance, it was actually the host Germany to come through. A little bit of a World War I rivalry. The H-Man derby, if you will, and it was an 8-goal thriller. And the Germans are your European champions. What kind of team were they rocking though? They've got a Schlotterbeck launched at CDM. Oh my god, I completely forgot about this feature that the mods allows you. You can actually go in and see the team and micromanage everything about the teams you're not even managing. They had depth, quality, literally all over the park. England rocking up front with 2 icons and one of the best women's players in this current generation, Mead. An injured Lucy Bronze who couldn't participate, but then the bench was looking absolutely phenomenal with the likes of Smith and Bobby Charlton on the bench. Hey Jude himself, Bellingham, couldn't even crack into the first team. It is just generations who have combined and made these national team super squads, and that's where this game, this mod, gets really, really fun. Unless you're Joey Barton, but it's cool to see these fantasy teams and all these results actually go down in the game. Now, at the start of Season 2, the free agent situation, and what I can gather is that there are actually some women in the free agency. That's the next filter that needs to be added into the game. We need a male and female filter here because I can barely find them. There you go. That's what a non-faced, no 2D mini-face woman looks like. That's the shadow photo they've got. And are there to pick up on a free, and oh my god, the love count has gone up again. I think I've fallen in love again. Adding her to the shortlist, just for research purposes, alright? So just know there's a few more out there, but women do have the potential to be free agents in this mod. I don't know how much more of this I can get through before the game just doesn't bother to simulate, because I've been stuck in July for about half an hour. Now you can still see the women coming through and dominating with these individual player awards, besides Crouchy, who decided to sneak in there for the Player of the Month shortlist. And they're even coming through represented in the Ballon d'Or nominations here in 2024. Who's gonna lift it as the top 4 gets revealed? We have the likes of Sam Kerr, who I thought was underwhelming, but here she is. Samuel Eto'o coming for the crown. Ada Hagerberg, who I believe is Swedish. And then we've got Caroline Graham Hansen. So it really is a mixed bag. I genuinely couldn't tell you who would be winning it, but the Young Player of the Year award is revealed, and for the first time, a woman has come through, and it's United Gayese. She won the Premier League Golden Boot, won the league for United, so it was well deserved. The 20-year-old Brazilian who already has a playstyle plus has potential to be special. special. God damn, she might be a generational superstar. But for the golden ball, the one everyone's waiting for, and the player of the year in 2024 is Caroline Graham Hansen, the 23-year-old right winger. Is she Swedish? No, she's Norwegian. Okay, that goes to show what I know. In the locker, probably one of the best attacking players that the women's game has to offer. It's the female takeover not only in the individual awards, but on the transfer market. We've got all the big names you're expecting, but the one coming out on top, it's going to be Lothar Matthäus, moving from Bayern to Arsenal, and he joins their women's squad as one of the world's best, a male icon, doing a similar move to Scholesy last season. It's £179.6 million, no £200 million deals going on, but Jamal Musiala joins the Juventus women's team in Italy for £149 million, and Collier, the European winner, he's done the dirty. He has done the ultimate snake move, going from Dortmund to Munich for £141.3 million. No women to show for it as of yet, but Mario Gomez moves from Stuttgart boyhood club to Inter for 140. We've got the likes of a 22-year-old Marco Reus leaving Barcelona for 125 million. Past and present current day superstars have had their careers reset, and it's all going down with the women involved too. And we've got 3 in a row here with Karen Carney, the English super talent out of the Chicago Red Stars, for £125.5 million. We'll be playing in the Women's Super League. And Gayoro, the promising French centre midfielder, is making the plunge and switching to Dortmund. 121.5 being spent there. And we've got, oh, here we go, Ellie Carpenter, the first Matilda, first Aussie to move in this video that I've seen. She's made a big money move to Manchester United from Lyon. And Manju Vilda, as Freddie Ljungberg leaves for Manchester City, £98.8 million. He follows in the footsteps of other Arsenal mercenaries as some more lower profile men's deals go down. Peter Crouch, as we saw earlier, moving to Liverpool from Stoke. All noteworthy movers throughout this summer and January period. Chelsea, whether it's men or women, they will be spending money, and they have had a busy past couple of months. The Liverpool women's squad lose a promising homegrown star to the Europa League champions and German champions Wolfsburg respectively. I just feel like in general, because there is more players on the market, there's more players in this save, and it's just creating so much more money being spent, so much more business being done. Now I guess here's a sneak peek into what a women's exclusive career mode experience would look like. I mean, if they just ported every single feature over and just had it be women's teams facing each other in the authentic leagues, you'd get something a little bit similar to this. You'd still get the old probable lineups, the training session, the kickoff, all the pre-match formalities you're used to, playing the attack and highlights. You can still do everything like quick sim, visual sim, and the pre-match experience, the broadcast package, and all the cutscenes that follow before the game. And it'd be more immersive than just playing with them in the tournament mode, or, you know, when the FIFA Women's World Cup DLC add-on got included into the game. It'd be a bit more of an experience, a bit more of a immersive experience to play season on season, not just one whole tournament. So with this, you can kind of get a grasp into how it would all look, how would it all play out. But with this mod, it's actually possible to have a men's team versus a women's team. And throughout the course of this simulation, you know, you've got the likes of Scholes playing for the women's team, so everything's kind of all over the place. It is a huge free-for-all, not exactly all too realistic, but something you could look forward to and expect, or even experiment with yourselves if you want to like spice up your experience before FC25, or you just want to have fun. But it's pretty much exactly how you would expect. You get completely new players to try, brand new wonder kids, brand new talents to test out, and some crazy results that can go ahead and take place. I get it's not realistic, but you're kind of playing the game the way it's not intended to, so you kind of feel a bit of an adrenaline rush. Like, I shouldn't be doing this in the career mode database. You weren't supposed to have these many players at your disposal, but thanks to the squad file, thanks to the mods, it's all possible before they claim this as a new feature in FC25, in FC26, because you saw it here first. But enough yip, and here is our Season 2 played out. We had our West Ham from 11th to 14th, but relegated is Blackburn Rovers, Wolves, and Cardiff City. We had Everton just survive the drop again, Spurs finishing in the bottom half of the table, Bristol City are climbing, and Newcastle is still the highest performing male-only team, up in 5th. But the title race was way closer than it was last season as United go back-to-back. This time they didn't walk away with it though. Arsenal did test them with 76, as City and Chelsea finish off the top 4 again. As we take a look at the FA Cup, finally Sam Kerr gets their hands on something, because it's the FA Cup in a 4-3 thriller. And then the Man City women's squad, they've made pretty much every single final so far, or cup final. 1-0 win over the Gunners at Wembley in the final. And the UEFA Super Cup saw Wolfsburg teach into the Champions League winners a lesson, the Germans. And then Barcelona's women's team, 3-1 against Frankfurt, Europa League champions. You don't really expect that to happen. But I guess they might have got knocked out in the groups, finished third and fumbled into the Europa League, as it's Inter going back-to-back with a 3-0 demolition job again, this time of Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final. What is going on? I'm just as confused as you. If they haven't done well in Italy, there's something suspicious going on, because they have absolutely walked the Champions League twice. And probably the best women's team in Germany, Wolfsburg, got eliminated on penalties in the semis, the Europa League champions from last time out. They are the team to beat. They've got a big target on their back, but the question is, can anyone take them down? Because ever since that Putella signing, they have just been winning. Let's take a look at the top goal scorers again. Player stats, we've got Sam Kerr this time, 23 goals, winning the Premier League Golden Boot, dethroning the Brazilian Gaese. She ended up taking home the title anyway, and the only male in the top 5 is 2-meter Peter Crouchy at Liverpool, netting 21 times, tied it with Smith at Arsenal and Hemp at Man City. Alan Shearer scoring 17 at Newcastle. We had Mead at Arsenal with 16, and with Arsenal, Smith being the top playmaker. Baltimore, Chelsea's new signing, coming through second with 12. Laws for Liverpool, beating up Mary Earps for the clean sheet Golden Glove award. I mean, you gotta say it, they're outperforming the men. Courtois down with 7, Leno in 6. And across the other leagues in the world, we're gonna take a look at France, and again, PSG are dethroned. Their women's team just haven't got that cash injected by the Saudi owner or Qatari owners as much as the men's team do, as Lyon claimed their second title in a row. They sold their Lee Carpenter, but that didn't matter. Monaco came through second, and even Paris FC are up there. Traveling to Germany now, and it's Wolfsburg who have been dethroned to Dortmund and Frankfurt, but Dortmund kind of ran away with the league, a 10-point margin. Bayern down in 4th and getting relegated. Would you look at that? RB Leipzig. I mean, they're in the relegation playoff, but they're having a hard time. And Serie A, surely. Okay, now it all starts to make sense, with Inter running away with things. By 6 points, they just edged it in the end, as Roma and Juventus close out the top 4. Napoli lose out on goal difference, and Udinese are flying right now in 6th, thanks to them having Zico back in the roster. As over in Spain, just like in England, Barcelona and Manchester United go back-to-back and take home the title again. Atletico Madrid, who made that run to the Champions League final, runners-up, and Levante close out the top 4. Madrid CFF are kind of making a statement up there. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if they're two separate clubs. I might be getting a few of you guys probably need to sort me out in the comments below, because this is terrible. Valencia finishing rock bottom, relegated alongside Real Betis and the other Levante, who I've got no idea where they came from. You still get the same old squad hub stats, whether you're managing a women or men's team. They all get recorded the same, and these were the top performers for West Ham in Season 2. Lisa Evans again. She is putting Scotland on the map. We have got probably the hardest name to pronounce in football, Byrjan Jardottir. Dagnish is doing her thing in midfield, the Icelandic warrior. Into Season 3 we go. We're back simulating at a normal, regular, fast pace again, and my game hasn't crashed. No save corruption to report on. We are living life. But you can start to see the scouts reporting, or actually recommending, the women's players that are out there in the world. They're focusing on the women's side of the game too, so that's cool to see. The 2025 Ballon d'Or nominees are as follows. We've got Sam Kerr, who is ready to take home her first. New boy Mario Gomez at Inter. We've got the defending champ Hansen, and Samuel Eto'o is back. Nevertheless, both genders competing for the biggest prize, and we have the Ballon d'Or winner announced, and this time it will be Samuel Eto'o. It's gone back to the males, and the Cameroonian hitman, fresh off winning the Champions League twice. It's a well-deserved omen, as it's Barcelona's Salma Paraluelo taking home the 2025 Young Player of the Year award, as she was the 2023 world champ. Spanish football right now, they're experiencing a rapid influx of generational stars. This is crazy. And keep in mind, no matter who the player, they're going to be fighting for a national team call-up. So brace yourselves for what is about to be probably the most competitive campaign so far. And I think we're back here. Inflation levels through the roof, and another trader move is getting done, with the most expensive deal going to Raul, as he made the switch from Real to Barca for £222.8 million. That's crazy. That is insane to think about, as Oberdorf from Wolfsburg to Chelsea, and the £1 billion Blues continue to splurge. She's one of the best midfielders in the world. As one of the most iconic women's players in the game, it is Wendy Renard, the experienced centre-back. She'll be ditching Lyon for Milan, 179 million there. Valverde moving to Bayern Munich. Lidmanen joining Barcelona, the Finnish superstar, for 173.6. We've got Perez, a lot of icons moving. Keane's back in his bags for Italy and ditching United. We've got Zambrotta to Arsenal for 151.3 million. Man City are trying to make Manchester blue again with an 146.7 million pound investment for Patri Guijarro. A different Greenwood, it's not the one you're thinking of. Alex, she'll be packing her bags and moving up north to Newcastle for 144 million. We've got Georgia Stanway and also Alexander Arnold, a little bit of an English contingency there, moving to Juventus. And Wolfsburg again, they're not afraid to splash the cash. They love their women's squad and they're splashing the cash on Xabi Alonso to make it a mixed squad. Redondo moves from Levante to Madrid CFF for 118 million pounds. Oh my god, Ricardo Carvalho, I didn't even know he was in the game, like as a hero card, man. That is a blast from the past. We've got Catley the Matilda moving to Milan. We've got Chiesa Bussi, a little bit of a sus name there, but everything else, oh, I might have to start watching women's football a little bit more, lads. Atalanta, yeah, they know what's up. 64.5 million pounds, very well spent. Oh, and she's got a face scan in the game too. Hold on, where's my real wifey? There she is. She's moved away from Man City. Good decision. I don't know, man. YouTuber with 145k subs or Nathan Cleary? You make your pick. Who would you choose, guys? Let me know down in the comments below. And the results are in for Season 3. Here is how the Premier League went down. We've got Blackpool, Barnsley and Bournemouth all getting relegated with 23 points or less. Coventry, Birmingham and Bristol just survived. We've got West Ham consistently back-to-back in 14th spot. Liverpool and Everton were battling it out for mid-table mediocrity, 10th and 11th respectively. Spurs up in 7th, which is surprising, but we've got a new men's champion here with Crystal Palace in 5th. And now as we move into the top 4, it is a new champion, Manchester City. They did spend a little bit on both women and men, and it's shown off to be a great decision because they have taken home the league title, 81 points. It's weird because now, like, every one of the teams have bought both male and female players, so they're kind of all mixed in general. Meanwhile, over in the domestic cups, we've got Man City. They could be on for the domestic treble here. A 4-1 win over Everton in the FA Cup final at Wembley. And no, it was Newcastle United to reign supreme in the Carabao, a 2-1 win over Arsenal. As the UEFA Super Cup saw Barcelona come through and claim it in a 2-1 win where the Europa League champs teach the Champions League winners a lesson. And now we have the UEFA Conference League where it's Lazio to win 2-1 against Leverkusen. The Italians getting the best of them in that battle, and oh, okay, plot twist I did not see coming. The back-to-back Champions League supreme. It all came crashing down. I mean, they did win a European title, but this time it's the Europa League, and it's a rematch of what, 2 years ago, the Champions League final. 2-1 against Napoli in the all-Italian big dance, as it's Barcelona with the UEFA Super Cup win and topping it off, becoming the kings of Europe, kings and queens of Europe, I should say, in a 3-1 win over the English champions. It's good though. I like to see different results. I like to see different teams winning it, and we saw this coming from a mile away with all the talent that Spain is producing. Oh, Xavi's back in there. I thought it was the manager, but no, they must have brought him back. But that's the world we're living in. That's the world we created. We're just going through the motions right here as the top goal scorer race was won by Dilly from Aston Villa, 27 goals tied up top with Ian Wright at Crystal Palace. They share the golden boot as it's Russo at Arsenal with 21, Sam Kerr only mustering up 20, Alan Shearer with 18. He's always in and amongst the top 5. She does topple the assist charts. It's Scholesy to get one better though with 11. And in terms of clean sheets, it's Campos beating out the likes of Earps and Laws to the Golden Glove trophy. Now we venture to other leagues around the world, and here starting off in France, Lyon are just dominating year after year, doing the three-peat in Ligue 1, uncontested, 88 points at the top. Monaco runners up, Paris FC finishing over PSG. That's how you know we're in a whole different world. The footballing world has been turned upside down, and we're in the midst of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Wolfsburg on top of the Bundesliga, reclaiming their German crown, as Bayern and Dortmund second and third. It is a whole different level of competition. Things are starting to spice up. Milan, after all that spending, they finally get their hands on the Scudetto. Third time's a charm, dethroning Inter as Atalanta and Lazio secure top 4 spots. Juventus' women's team, they are struggling down in 8th. Ooh, what a title race. Went down to the final day in Spain, and the newly added league for FC24 is providing the most entertainment right now. Real Madrid claiming their first Spanish title of the video, and on goal difference or head-to-head against Levante. Even Barcelona involved in the 3-horse title race, but they failed to defend the crown. Atletico sneak in 4th. Here we go then, 2026 World Cup. Who's qualified? Group A, we've got Germany, Poland, Finland, and New Zealand. So we're going to have a rematch of the Euro 2024 final. We've got Group B made up of Spain, Croatia, Qatar, and Mexico. Italy, Belgium, Scotland, and Ghana have been drawn into Group C. Over in Group D, France, Norway, Morocco, and Iceland. England, Hungary, Denmark, and the United States make up Group E. And down here in Group F, more like the group of death, Argentina, Netherlands, Portugal, and Ireland. Spain obviously are my early favourites, but it's completely open in my eyes. There is not one national team competing that aren't at full strength, that don't have 5 stars, like Belgium, Argentina, 5 stars, Croatia, 5 stars, Czech Republic even, 4.5. Like, every single nation have a fighting chance. France have 90 rated in every single category. Like, these are scary hours. This ain't no ordinary World Cup. This is a World Cup by its own rules. It's in its own league. Italy, 91, 91, 91, 5 star. You love the consistency. Oh my god, Prime Ronaldo's back. I forgot about this. This might be the World Cup to end all World Cups. I'm sorry, but you can't replicate this. And all the talk is over. The World Cup final in 2026 has come down to Croatia versus the Netherlands. But first off, let's take a look at all the results in the group stages. We had Portugal go out early quite narrowly with 3 teams all on 3 points. Hungary finished bottom with 0. England making it out by the skin of their teeth as Norway and France both progressed past Group D. Scotland and Italy came through out of Group C as Group B qualified on top. Croatia finished 3rd and they ended up making the final. This has got some Portugal Euro 2016 vibes written all over it. 2024's European champions eliminated against Italy 1-0. In the round of 16, Croatia made it out on penalties. They were literally scraping their way through every game as Poland got knocked out. The finalists, both European finalists, knocked out in 2026 to the hands of Belgium. Spain spanking Finland 4-0. The Netherlands continue to haunt Mexico and just edge past them 1-0 as England got revenge on Argentina after all those years in a 5-4 penalty shootout win. Denmark, the underdogs, took down France as the Dutch took down the 3 Lions. It ain't coming home, people. After a 0-0 snooze fest, Spain won against Italy 4-2 on pens. And then in the semi-finals, Croatia, again, the penalty shootout specialists it seems. And the Netherlands took down Scotland with ease as they finished 3rd place. And now it all comes down to this. Here's how the plucky Croatians will be lining up in that 4-3-3. They've still got Prime Modric, Brozovic, and Rakitic in that iconic midfield trio. The Itches are out in force as Kramaric and Perisic join up front in that trident with Davor Suker. However, the Dutch, look at this starting 11. Look at what they're playing with right here. I've tried to incorporate as many women in the team, but only 2 have made it into my starting 11. But look at the options. Van Nistelrooy, Cruyff, Schneider, the captain looking for revenge for 2010. Hullet joins him in midfield. Seedorf playing on the right. Oh, it's on. They mean business. It's on like Donkey Kong. Now, I'm actually aware that the Croatians have gone with the no women approach. So, we'll see how that fares for them. Well, here we are. The pitch looks like it has been bleached, but nonetheless, it's the World Cup final. Van Nistelrooy has bursted into a pocket of space. He's going to beat them for defense. Oh my god, Livakovic, what a near post stop. Oh man, you can tell the realism mod isn't on. We've got no World Cup trophy. Unlicensed men's international cup. Oh my god, what a ball. Kramaric, he's beat the offside trap. This 3-man backline, but Van der Sar, 98 rated Johan Cruyff. What's he going to pull off here? He goes the unselfish route and sees Van Nistelrooy beats his man. He's got options in the box here and he's going to cut it back to Cruyff in a lovely little 1-2. And the 98 rated megastar has opened the score in here. 1-0 to the Netherlands and Leo Aranje are off to a flyer. That was a lovely little bit of play. The Croatian defenders falling to their feet and the divine number 10 absolutely unstoppable. 2 words. Absolutely unstoppable. Oh, here we go. Cruyff in another bit of open area. The Croatian defense are leaking all over the joint. And just like that, he's gone from scoring to setting up a beautiful goal. Van Persie showing no mercy. And this might be a routine victory. If they keep up with this pace, Cruyff just attracting all the defenders, allowing Van Persie to absolutely rifle it. And the net nearly flew off as the chemistry, the connection, and it could be the key to them securing their first world title. I won't sleep on Croatia anymore. I damn near drank half my water bottle and all of a sudden Croatia find a way back into the game. Half in the deficit, the Dutch defense goes to sleep and we might have an actual game on here. Very unprofessional of me, but okay, I'll cop the L. And Sadorf. Oh! No, Robin Van Persie, stop. Stop that. You little devil. You are a menace to society. Prime Robin Van Persie has whipped out a first-time bicycle kick from a corner. You might as well rage quit. You might as well forfeit. This first half has been nothing but the Leoranje showcase. And that might be the best CPU goal I've ever seen scored. Oh no, Modric is running through. And Croatia, they're not giving up easy. Oh, Hullet from the edge of the area. Oh my god, they're just whipping out these stunning Puskas-worthy goals in the biggest game of their careers. This is going to be an absolute massacre. Oh, Sadorf with a stunning cross. Hullet takes it on the volley, whips it. What do you even say to the Croatians in the halftime sheds? Yeah, lads, just kind of low-key rooting for a Croatian comeback here as they launch the ball into the box. Brozovic with the chance, but they're not going to come back with finishes like that. Ooh, Croatia, they've gone back 4-2, 15 minutes left on the clock. There could be a shout, you know, maybe extra time, I don't know, but Kovacic is running around like they've won the damn thing. There is still signs of life. They have a pulse. Oh, no, the dream's dead. The dream's dead. The Dutch have had enough. And this story have put all chances of a comeback to bed. Might as well have two hands on the trophy already. The men, the women, all involved. And it's going to be a historic night for Dutch football. And the referee is going to put Croatia out of their misery. They ended up snagging one towards the end to make it an 8-goal thriller. But the team with the most women won. So make of that what you will. Leoranje have their redemption arc from 2010. I hate this glitch. I hate this glitch in career mode, bro. Anyway, they get to lift the unlicensed World Cup trophy in all its glory. Why is this a camera angle? Why? Why do I always have to experience a stupid glitch? I can't even see them lift the trophy. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. There's the unlicensed World Cup trophy. You've had your fun now. As we have the other stats and awards we have to cover, like goalkeeper of the tournament. Okay, it was of course won by Van der Sar. 7 goals, Shevchenko. Okay, that's Ruud van Nistelrooy. We've had to reveal his true identity, and Savage, okay, Robin Van Persie with 4 goals, but 8 goal contributions from Van Nistelrooy. Gilles Roord, who actually had a decent tournament, 3 goals and 1 assist. Castillo or Johan Cruyff, 2 goals and 3 assists, including that final display masterclass. Sadorf got in on the action. Hullet waited until the final to get his first goal. Van Basten didn't feature whatsoever. That's how you know they had an ensuite of talent. What about Spain, man? Where did it all go wrong? Putellas. Alexia, if she wasn't a CM, she'd be winning the Ballon d'Or year in, year out, but yeah, that's just how this game is programmed. Midfielders, centre mids, they can't win the Ballon d'Or. They can't even be up for it. Even though she can play up right wing, the game just rules them out completely. They've utilised a lot of their female talent pool here, as she snagged 3 goals and 1 assist. We had Torres up front with 95 overall, 2 goals, and the Young Player of the Year award for 2026, Paraluelo. But how are those World Cup results going to impact the Ballon d'Or winners and all the other awards going down this season? We're yet to find out. It's the 2026 Ballon d'Or. Who is up for it? Oh my god, that's a face I haven't seen in a while. Messi somehow has involved himself in the top 4. Hegerberg is at it again. I don't know how the hell Andrei Shevchenko got involved, but here he is. Ukraine didn't qualify for the World Cup. And yet again, I've literally got no idea who's going to take this one. Drumroll, please. The winner is Andrei Shevchenko. Maybe he just had a brilliant season for Milan. Italian champion with the Rossoneri, but none of the World Cup winners or finalists were in the top 4, so clearly they didn't deserve it. The males are back dominating these awards, but it's the Young Player of the Year award where the females are really shining, as Monaco's Delice Boboe is crowned the Young Player of the Year award. At 20 years of age, she hasn't got a face. She's a little bit mysterious. I'm not sure if she's a regen or not, but there you go. What is the kind of money being spent? You can see a little bit of a slowdown, not as many 9-figure transfer deals as we've gotten used to seeing, but we've got here Desiree Scott, the Canadian, 90 rated, 25, moving from the MLS KC current to Borussia Dortmund after BVB sold one of their heroes, Lars Ricken, to Chelsea for 112.4. They always somehow manage to inject some money into the economy. You gotta love Todd Bowley for that. And Paris FC, you can see one of the key cogs to their success, Lucy Parry, they've sold to Sassuolo. Where the hell did Sassuolo get £58.3 million from? But nevertheless, we are too far in the future now to ask questions. We've just got to deal with it. Compared to last season, the money being spent has dropped down and diminished diminished. We've gotten to the stage where Coventry City, Accrington Stanley, and AFC Wimbledon are in the Premier League. They all got relegated though. However, Everton just seem to always be in a relegation scrap but survive. West Ham lower half of the table tick, and towards the top we've got Bristol City pushing up into the top 10, Liverpool 8th, Man City from champions dropped down to 6th, Spurs in 5th, and then we have a new champion. It is the first men's only team to take home the Premier League title. Newcastle United on top with 85 points. United, Chelsea and Arsenal finish off the top 4. Look at this squad. Shearer 97 up top. Okay, I've seen the lights. They've built a bloody dream team. Okay, they have signed a woman though. McCabe at left back, 93, but it's kind of a little bit of a luxury position. Oh, they had Greenwood, 90 rated. They're not even playing their strongest team, which is typical of the CPUAI. They've got Santana, Tony Cruz. What is going on? This team is way stronger than what it looks. Signing some decent women talent along the way. Domestically, Man City go back-to-back in the FA Cup again with a 2-0 win against Spurs, and over in the Carabao, the Magpies couldn't do the double in a 1-0 loss against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Barcelona take home the UEFA Super Cup again, this time with a 3-1 dominating display over Inter. No international tournaments to report on, but the Conference League was won by Marseille as they took down Juventus 2-0. PSG vs Real Madrid you'd expect in the Champions League final, but we are living in another whole different paradigm. The Parisians take it home 2-1 in the Europa, and then Barcelona go back-to-back. Inter went back-to-back, now it's Barca's time to go back-to-back, and it was a rematch, 2-1 against Man City. They've got their number. We saw Celtic make it all the way to the semis. They must have a lot of icons and legends in the squad. Paris FC in the quarterfinals. What is going on? Oh my god, Paris FC knocked out Inter in the round of 16. This is just crazy. I don't know why I have expectations anymore. This save has gone weird. There you go. First player to hit 30 goals, and it's a male in the Premier League. In 37 matches, Alan Shearer quite comfortably on top of the race. Giese is always in there. Top 5 as Smith, Hemp and Mead all made it with 22 plus goals. Oh my god, Lukaku plays for Bristol City. What? Is that the same Lukaku I'm thinking of? Big Rom must be having a feast with the women's team. He must be a popular man. I'm sure he has plenty of off-field distractions to deal with, but why is Aston Villa trying to build the sexiest team in world football? I want to go at least one more season, but we'll take a look at Ligue 1 Uber Eats, and PSG have had a little redemption arc over there, winning back the league title with the women's squad. Paris FC coming through in the top 4 again, and Lyon have stumbled down from the 3-peat to 6th. Wolfsburg surely took home the Bundesliga. No, they didn't. It's Borussia Dortmund back. There's different winners every year in Germany. You don't know what to think. You don't know who to predict, as it's Inter back on top. Danera Azzurri with 91 points. Napoli fighting to the death as Milan and Lazio make up the top 4. And last but not least, España, Barcelona, all normality is restored there. All making up the top 4. Now, unfortunately, I've discovered with these women in career mode, we're going to get the same old famous glitches. As you can see, the free agent kits, they are back in action when you sign a player. I don't know if that's to do with like me having all the realism mods and everything off, or something to do with this squad file, but the glitch is still well and truly in the game. EA don't care. They won't patch it out. It's still rearing its ugly head, and the visual glitches don't stop. Oh man, this game is the cutscenes, bro. Yeah, the game has cutscenes, but do they actually work? No. Man, this game never will cease to amaze. How do I have a -15 manager popularity rating? Excuse me? What? How's that work? I think I've broken the system. I've broken the game. This mod has allowed me to do things that no one should be able to do, and I'm just here on my high horse with all this power in the palm of my hands. I feel invincible. I won't talk next time. I won't talk. Skinner's gone. The women have tried to annex BCHD from this experiment, but we will keep going. League objective -1. Oh no. Oh, we hit breaking point. It's just gotten to the point where I can't actually simulate it anymore. I get sacked every single week. If I change clubs, I'll just be booted out the game. It'll crash. So there has been a little bit of corruption that's leaked through, but what I did want to check out and get to was the Ballon d'Or nominees in 2027. The most consistent appearance has been Samuel Eto'o, and he's back to reclaim the throne, but we've got Raul at Barcelona. The Premier League Golden Boot winner Shearer, and Caroline Graham-Hansen, she's back again for a second. I don't think we can make it to the 2028 Euros, but I did want to see what kind of deals were going down, and this is when you know you might be getting into game corruption territory. Like, the save is just turned on its head, because why have there only been 2 transfers that cost money throughout the whole summer? I feel like I'm even lucky to get this far. I wanted to do the half a decade, but clearly something is going wrong and clubs just don't want to spend money anymore. We get there and the golden ball winner is announced, and this time it is Alan Shearer, the 97 rated freak, 30 goals in the Premier League winner, and the Englishman does what Michael Owen did all those years ago in the 2027 Young Player of the Year award. It's Dortmund's Maxim Meyer. This has been a winter transfer market of the ages. All of these transfers went down in January. What? Okay, it seems like clubs were holding off for some reason. Maybe it was to do with the contracts. I don't know. Bro, this save continues to make me question reality, as we had the likes of Michael Owen closer, moved to Spurs for 173 million. Vinny Jr. Again, what are with these traders? These dog acts we've seen throughout this whole entire simulation. Off to Barcelona for 167.9. We had Chloe Kelly signing for Atletico Madrid, 163 million spent there. Kearns returning back to England, this time joining Bournemouth for over 100 million pounds. Musovic, who took the 2023 World Cup by storm. I swear everyone was obsessing over her. I didn't see the hype. You know, I thought she was a pretty good goalkeeper for Sweden. As we continue to scroll down, we've got Bizet. For some reason, the transfer market has just exploded in January. You can see the date on the side. It's all happening in 2028. And maybe the save has tried to redeem itself after all. Gamma, the Italian centre-back, she's got a mad afro. And I'm afraid that's probably where we're going to have to call it. Mixing men, women, and icon into one career mode save has been nothing short of quite mind-blowing. It was quite an experience, to say the least, but just to have all these great players, to have the elite of the elite, both male and female, interact, it has been something to write home about, and I'm just so glad I did this experiment. I've been thinking of this video idea for a while, and hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know if the women players got their own career mode. Would you actually play it? Would you actually give it a go? Or should there just be an option to add them into normal career mode? Should they already have their place? But it has been a wild ride. It threw everything at us, but at the end of the day, we prevailed, and there you have it, the chaos that both women and men players bring to the game. If you did go on to enjoy, make sure to drop the video a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss out on any more content coming to the channel this summer. As always, I've been your boy Sir BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. Bye bye.